feet. Let's go inside the Lakers locker room. He's with Mike.
LeBron, clearly the just level of competition and energy was a lot better than the previous games. Did you feel like it, comes down to late game execution? What stood out to you tonight?
None. They made a couple more plays than we made.
How did you feel about the response from the way you got played in Miami?
We just played how you were supposed to play.
Is this the standard in terms of effort that needs to be out there for you guys on a nightly basis?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're not going to get it all back in one night. You and AD obviously had that huge productive type nights, but there was a couple of plays late, the turnover miscue and then the inbounds where he got wrapped up. Like, how do you guys communicate with one another after that, knowing that?
What happened? He turned it over. I picked him up, got back, got the block. We got the possession. We got it in. They tied it up. Those are not miscues. He turned it over. It's my job to back him. That's what teammates do. I got back, got the block off Daniel's hands. We got the ball back, entered the ball. They did a great job of tying him up.
Johan?
Braun, I guess moving forward, you guys are going to be back in LA for about a week before going back out on the road. What can, you got the game on Sunday, but what can this kind of stretch after basically being on the road for 2 weeks do for you guys in terms of like resetting and
No, we actually leave Thursday. So it's not a week. We leave Thursday, go to Minnesota. So one game for one, home for one game, and then leaving a few more days after that.
LeBron, you're 39, almost 40, 39-point triple-double. You think the fans are really appreciating what you're able to still do?
I don't know. Just go out there and just play the game the right way, compete at a high level, and leave it all on the floor every time I go out there. My time is very limited on how long I'll play, so I'm just happy to still be able to play the game that I love.
Gabe Drew to start for you guys tonight. Had one of his more productive games since joining the team last year. What I guess did you see from him out there tonight, and what can I guess that version of him
He just played well. He played well. Got the start now. He played well.
Last question.
Obviously, the losing is frustrating.
Excuse me.
What's it going to take for this team to get over the hump? Where are you seeing like not enough coming from?
We have about 5 guys in our top 11 not in uniform. We're trying to we're mixed matching with lineups. We're trying to figure out ways, obviously, so it's very challenging. We don't have much room for error. I said that in the beginning of the season. So when you have 5 guys, when you have AR out, Vando out, Seawood has not played this year, Jackson, so it's big pieces, so I don't know as far as what will help us get over the hump. We just gotta not drown, don't drown, and we'll be all right. I appreciate it.
Obvious frustrations. LeBron's saying these aren't miscues. It's just what happened in the game. We made a good play. They tied us up. Also talked about big pieces missing and just trying not to drown, trying to stay afloat. But it is tough, big game, and the frustrations mount when obviously it's different when you get blown out and the effort and you're having a different kind of conversation in the post game. But like Orlando or like Atlanta, and it's going to happen in an 82-game schedule, when the game is almost in hand and you're right there and you lose it, it's tough on the other side.
Yeah. I mean, look, the games in Atlanta tonight, it boiled down to like a 2-minute contest. After all the playing, it came down to, overtime and really just who can control the 2 minutes right here, getting it into AD. That right there was I thought he was going to get fouled.
I think that's what he thought, obviously, yes.
When you get it like that, you got to move and make them foul you. And then, this was just bad luck. The tip was in the right direction. He just didn't get it. And then, this situation right here where both AD and Gabe went on the shooter and left Trey wide open. You had to know who might be taking the shot. So you want to stay at home on Trey at all costs. But, when you're playing the game, sometimes your instincts take over, and just a split second cost him the game.
James, the problem with the West, it's so tightly packed. So when the Lakers started this road trip 4 games ago, they were right around top 4 in the West. As of now, they are now 10th in the West with a 12-11 record. A couple games going on right now that could bump them up or down a spot. Bottom line, it's hard to go on a 1-3 road trip at any point when you have a conference that's so jammed together. They got their work cut out for them. Good news is, you play Portland on Sunday. If you beat them, this is when you start the 2 games in 10 days, James. So there's going to be opportunities to practice next week. Even the week after that, they'll have opportunities to practice and rest as well, Geet. So beat Portland, maybe take a little breather.
Practice would be good. I'm so pissed off right now, not me personally, but as a team, I'm so pissed off right now that this right here is the type of road trip that could turn it around. They stop making all these silly mistakes and take care of business. But it's yet to be seen, and you're right, it's an uphill battle. It's not going to be easy, but they can
Lost
do it.
7-9, but this is Blazers is on Spectrum Sports, and on Sunday night, a game alley will be at working. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:30. Tip-off is at 6:30. Max Christie scored 9 points before fouling out. He's with Mike in the locker room.
All right, Max, so first of all, clearly a better response right after the Miami game and even the Minnesota one. But I presume the frustration is just as much as you head back on a long flight. What stands out the most to you about this one?
Yeah, like you said, I think if you're looking at it from a process standpoint, this was a good bounce back for us. I thought us as a cohesive unit was a lot better than Miami or previously on the road trip. I thought our communication was better. I think we did enough to win the game. They hit a big shot at the end, but overall, I think from a process standpoint, this is a good step in the right direction.
Just take us through the possession on Trey at the end of regulation when you get the block.
Yeah, I think they were running Bogdanovich or something into a kind of a ghost screen where we did a good job communicating, so I just stayed on him. And I'm looking behind, the clock's kind of ticking down. He's beyond the 4-point line, so I know he's got to do some sort of step back, something crazy. So I was able to anticipate it. Kind of gave me a little in and out to step back, and I was able to anticipate the block.
You ended up fouling out in OT. What did you see on that play and kind of just the way that the whistle was going throughout the night for you?
It was a physical game, to be honest, and I think JJ made that point too. He wanted us to be physical, and I think I did a good job of that. Obviously, I fouled out maybe a little bit too much, but on that last play, I just closed out really hard. DeAndre Hunter is shooting it really well. He shot it really well tonight, so I kind of wanted to close out to him, make him put it on the ground, and kind of close out a little too recklessly, and he bumped into me, fell down. So it is what it is.
When the team is in the stretch where you guys have lost 7 and 9, how tough is it to view things in a process standpoint when the immediate gratification, you can sense the energy in here. You guys need to win.
No, for sure. It's difficult. Obviously, we all want to win. That's all what we're here for. But I think over some reflection and watching film, and I think even tomorrow we'll see when we're watching film that we got better. I think from previous games on this road trip and just looking at a process standpoint, we took a step in the right direction when the outcome wasn't there. So that's all we can ask for, to be honest. Obviously, we wanted to win, but I think this game will serve us in the future.
All right, guys, tough loss, big game, James, but long flight home to think about it, get home, and regroup for Sunday.
Yeah, they played really hard. I listened to Max. They communicated well. There was 2 or 3 situations that they have to look at and they take back. But there are no moral victories. But they have to come home, and hopefully this will propel them into a place where they're thinking, communicating, and playing defense every night. Transfer into some wins, hopefully.
Portland Sunday here in LA, got to beat them. Then you start your weird stretch where you get a little bit of a break.
All right.
See what they can do.
Thank you.